Good morning, everybody. We will be with you shortly. I'm hearing myself. Welcome to the show today. I have an echo in my ear. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you hear it. And I'll try and figure out why. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is in the world you're coming to us from. Welcome to DYOR Live here on the DYOR Media Network. So glad to be hosting the first show of 2025. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's January 2nd, 2025. That means it's one day closer to Christmas, one day closer to my birthday, and one day closer to the next New Year's, which would be the next New Year's predictions. So today on the show today, we got a good show for you today. It's the first one of the year. Just let me know if you have the Pedro. Do you hear me in echo? I must be just feeding it back to myself somehow. No, I mean my echo. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got a good show for you today. But the show wouldn't be that good if it was just me. But it's always that better when we got our co-host in the house, Pedro Garcia in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year to Pedro. Good, man. Good. Going good. Day started, got up early. Did a couple of push-ups there to get these guns going here, everybody. Hopefully by this time next year, I'll have the, as Pedro says, I'll be all yoked up. No, I won't be, but hopefully I have a little bit more tone to the body. But had a good New Year's Eve. How was your New Year's Eve, Pedro? Nice and chill? Right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Fire Chicken says, are you ready to rumble here? That's right. Thank you to everybody on Rumble. Chris, if you're the CEO of Rumble, if you happen to be watching today, hey, join the show. Have some fun with us. I tweeted to you. I truth social to you. If if one of the people that gets all your social media forwards it onto you, then please, for the love of God, come on our show. We'd really appreciate it. Brando Commando in the house from Rumble. Thank you very much for joining us, Brando. Happy New Year to you, to one of our newest best watcher, new guy, old guy, whatever. Kaching in the house says, Happy New Year. Let's make it a good one. Kaching, I hear it is a cold one where you're from right now. Oh, you guys. Hey, Joe, I'm still no good at this. I've been doing this 2 years.
Well, when you've got fires that you're putting out, things kind of play with it. So I just went off screen purposely because I had to grab something.
Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the
fun time.
Anyway, he didn't miss anything from Pedro. He redirected the question back to me. And then I asked him about New Year's Eve. And he had a chill time talking with a friend about how he was going to go to New York. And Pedro's like, no, man, he's not going to New York City. I'm old and past that shit now.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I'm going to go into the city is if I've got business. Like, that's it. If am I going to make money or not? Because I don't want to waste my time with the traffic. Now, there's times where I do go to the city because I actually just want to enjoy. If it's a beautiful day, right? And I'm talking like 70 degrees, slight breeze, where I can wear a hoodie and some shorts. Peruse through with some nice soft sandals, have a good time, go to some places, I'll go do touristy stuff, that's fun for me, that's cool. But I'm not gonna go there during craziness and the most craziest time of the year in one of the most craziest cities to deal with just absolutely crazy. So I just
not gonna happen. But that's not my idea. My idea of going to New York City is just going through it. Actually, I went to New York City a couple of years ago I was in the area and I had to go there for, I can't remember why I was there. And then an old high school friend was there too. So we went out. But my idea of going to New York City is going, as Mrs. Striking says, shopping. No, is going to the cool hotel bars. Go to
Scotch bars.
the old school hotels, have a nice drink.
Yeah. Those are where you meet the most coolest and interesting people too as well. So you got old school traders that are chilling there a lot of times, or you go down
the Rockefellers.
Wouldn't that be crazy if you actually sat down with a Rockefeller and just said, man, listen, back in the day when you guys actually had open outcry and y'all used to turn the market, what was that like? That would be cool. That would actually be really cool to ask.
AI Alpha Wolf is, first of all, AI, you got your Twitter account back, I see, so that's good. But Next Level Cash is here on behalf, or at the request of AI. Next Level, thanks for joining the show. Excited, first time here. Thanks for the invite, Alpha Wolf.
Definitely.
Alpha says, please read your comments when you first start in the morning. I know, I should. I have. Well, here's the problem, is I'm in Ottawa, Canada today, where it's a Canadian show, production today, fulfilling the Canadian content rules for broadcasting from Canada, from your show. No, I'm just joking. We're not part of that. But anyway, I have a different screen setup. When I'm in Chicago, I have a monitor right here with all the comments on it, so I can see them all the time. Here, it doesn't work out that way. I have to look over here for its own monitor. That doesn't work, and so it gets covered up. Comments. I don't see them right now. I need a better system. But anyway, AI and Next Level Cash. I like that. I like where that name comes from. Next Level Cash Monies.
That's dope, dude.
Chuck Jansen in the house. Happy 2025.
What up,
Thank
Chuck,
you very much. Yeah, Alpha Wolf saying, I can't wait for 2026 already. We're almost there.
Dude.
We are almost there. But anyway, today, guys, we're on the show. We're gonna have some resolutions and predictions. I'm gonna give my New Year's 2025 trading resolutions and crypto-related resolutions. Pedro is going to give some, going to recap some of the predictions he's made in the past couple of days about where we're going to be at this time next year in the markets. Hopefully, guesstimates, as they say, not financial advice. And and maybe a resolution or two from him. And of course, we encourage all of you out there to drop your resolutions and predictions in the comments section and get us talking about it. Anyway, let's get started with the show here, Pedro. What on earth is going on with this resurgence of BTC? Everyone was saying it's going down. All the charts, the daily, the weekly, everything was saying down. And BTC said, nope. Oh, crap, I got the wrong one. Hold on a sec. Let me fix this. Pedro Cam. Pedro Cam has 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Garcia taking over the screen here while Tom fixes this.
Trying to.
Pedro's screen. Why are we not seeing Pedro's screen here? I don't know. Let me go back to this one. Hold on. System just running slow still. Let's see. Where is Pedro in this mess here? But you guys get double the amount of Pedro right now, just so you know.
Why you do that? I'm gonna be back in just a second, so okay. I'm gonna run and grab something. Let you figure that out, and
you do that.
Yeah, I will be back.
Why does this change from show to show? I'll never understand it. Pedro's screen feed. There we go. All right, screen feed. This is the entertainment. Next Level Cash. Welcome to what our good viewer Jeff Ledger calls technical difficulties show. Let's see. Electron. There's Pedro's screen. All right, let's work on this again here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to that start. Anyway, what I was saying about Bitcoin, if you've listened to our show the past week, 2 weeks, Pedro, actually 3 weeks, 4 weeks, the extended charts have been talking about Bitcoin being in a downtrend. It is starting when it was at 107. Alpha was like, make sure you talk about my meme coin. We'll talk about it. We'll bring it up today. We'll bring it up today, too, if you want. But anyway, Bitcoin has been going down. Going down. And everyone was calling it to go down even further, 90,000, 88,000, possibly into the low 80s. And I don't mean everyone. I mean Pedro, I mean Crypto Lifer. Everyone was talking about going down. And then Bitcoin did its thing. Bitcoin said, nope, that's not going to happen.
Remember, what do I always say?
First,
if it's going to go down, what must it do first?
Gotta go up.
It's gotta go up. So where is it gonna go up to? Most likely an area of supply. So if we go look at the daily, we have a supply of the 20 period moving average. And then on top of that, we have the 8 period moving average acting as resistance that we talked about, right? Like I talked about this. So This idea that us coming up first is what it must do to get it. We're finding resistance at the 8 as well as in this weekly supply area as well. So I would expect it to come down first. First go up to come down. So that's one of the things I said on Monday and Tuesday, that I really want to see Bitcoin come down first, right? And then for it to go up. And so before it goes up, and look at it from like a monthly standpoint, first couple days of the month will go up, then go down towards the end of the first week, midweek, right? Continue down into the second week. Third week, Trump gets in office. We see a resurgence from the third week into the fourth week, and then it's moving up. That would cause a nice little demand wick for the yearly chart and allow us to be able to gauge and move in the market. So that is what we're looking at. So it's acting according how it most likely should react. Right.
Bitcoin trading at 96,255 right now, $1.9 billion market cap, briefly over the $2 billion market cap for a couple of days here. Earlier in December, everyone cheered it on. Yay! And everyone was, and I say everyone, just I'm making that word up, but the mood on the interwebs was like, we're just going straight to $800,000 a coin. People are saying $1 million, $13 million coin, all this type of stuff. And first of all, the banking system can't print enough money to push that high. So much fiat would have to come into Bitcoin. It would be a drain on the rest of the economy. But two, there's also the fact that people are buying a lot of Bitcoin and holding it.
Yeah.
They're not being active traders of 21 million Bitcoins or whatever there are, 19.6 Bitcoins out there. Very few Bitcoins are actually being traded back and forth in Bitcoin on the Bitcoin ledger. Most Bitcoin trading is going on in exchanges where they don't actually you don't actually trade Bitcoins. You trade their representation of Bitcoin in the futures markets. Futures markets are currently blowing out the spot markets in volume, but that's rightly so. That's how it goes. You can borrow basically unlimited cash to trade on, and that affects the markets, Pedro. And we haven't talked about this in a long time, but you brought this up a while ago, and obviously I knew this 30 years ago, but forgotten it. And that the futures market ultimately drags the spot market up and down. You know, it can. I think you were talking about it on the interest rate topic.
Well, I talk about this all the time with Bitcoin when we talk about the CME futures and the difference of you can buy one spot coin futures for $5,000, literally $5,000, versus I can take part of my capital and spend $100,000 and buy one spot coin.
Right.
And this is a big difference. And on top of that, that $5,000 contract spot Bitcoin literally is 25 times the amount of the movement that Bitcoin moves. 25 times. So when 1 point moves Bitcoin, it's worth $25.
Big move, big push. Lots of leverage does that. And that leverage isn't the bad kind of leverage that Celsius and those groups created. This is a managed leverage through a futures exchange, which is much different, because you have to put margin up. Your money's at risk. This is not infinite money supply here. But anyway, so the futures markets are doing their thing, and I always say that because for you listeners that tune in enough, that I'm gonna pump the BidFi right down here, our central exchange sponsor right now. And if you want to learn to go long and short in futures markets, if you're an expert, I'm not going to be telling you anything here. You do what you want to do. If you want to learn about it, we have viewers on our shows all the time who have never taken a short position. And I don't mean with leverage, I just mean betting that it's going to go down. You can do that on our BidFi exchange. Click the QR code down here, sign up, and you get yourself 100 USDT to trade if you deposit in USDT. That's my sponsor pitch for this morning here. But Pedro, more important than our sponsor right now, is we got a new viewer here.
Yes, we do.
Crypto Credible joining us. 100K BTC is the new floor. Only up from here. Ha ha ha. Yes, I see your name, Crypto Credible, matches our same anti-delusion mentality here. And I should say it's anti-delusion. I should say it's because Pedro teaches people to trade, anticipate where the price is going to go based on where the liquidity is, and the liquidity, he susses it out, and it never once has it said 500,000. Long term is different. Short term, nope. So many of those comments on social media, yep, yada yada yada. Let's hear about a super cycle, please.
So super cycle, just some of the people who don't know what that is, that's an 8-year period. That's two bull and bear markets that are included. And so the super cycle Here's the thing, right? Like there isn't really enough data to solidify super cycles. That's the issue, right? Like it was different. It'd be different if we had like 50, at least 40 years, 10 cycles of being, or excuse me, 80 years of it, where we could sit there and say, okay, at a percentage wise is what we see. But there's really only been 2 cycles of it. Now, it may be happening right now, but from a trading standpoint, because I'm a trader, I sit there and I look and I go, it could be. I mean, from a super cycle, I could sit there and say, could Bitcoin be at the end of the next year's bull run, at least hit 250, 300,000, and then seeing profit taking towards the bear market. And that's if you believe that there's going to be, that's if you believe that there's never going to be a bear market again, per se, like we've had in the past for Bitcoin, where we see a 50 to 60% sell off at least. I think we're going to. I very much think it's intrinsic within Bitcoin that you see the massive sell-offs, because it helps the inflation aspect behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's deflationary. When it sells off, it finds buyers, and then it goes back up, right, for those 4 years. And I think, will we see a deceleration of the exponential growth of Bitcoin? I do think so, yes. But I think that will come around probably a $40 trillion Bitcoin. I think at that moment, seeing it accrue, but that isn't, right now I think we're at 2 billion, or excuse me, not 40 billion, 40 trillion, and right now the current stock market is worth about $52 trillion market cap, just so you understand. Right. that the growth that I expect to see come as a super cycle. I think we could see that within 20 years as the market, when we see decentralized systems come back in from a financial standpoint, right? And so It's going to be really interesting to see how money flows and how that correlates. And
Pedro, go ahead.
And so it also depends on how the market starts to handle contracts with one. I think that America, if it's smart, is going to be able to put its housing system based off of a backing of Bitcoin.
Wait, hold on. Before we stop extend the housing system, let's talk about the super cycle there. Yeah. Let's remember this cycle now is different than the others regarding Bitcoin and crypto, specifically because of the large audience we have now. And that data is all new. Obviously retail money is started Bitcoin down there trading 10,000 Bitcoins for 5 cents. And it was retail all the way up until 2017, when all these other companies started forming to do it. They all blew up in 2020, 21, and now the real institutional markets are coming in. The market makers were always big, but they're small compared to the people coming in now, and that's a different dynamic. That's a completely different dynamic, and brings a different trading style, different set of dynamics, different set of risk management. We have much more hedging going on. The institutional guys, they'll put a big position on Bitcoin, but they're also going to hedge a big part of it too, to manage their risks and change that hedge sometimes on a weekly, daily, or even minute by minute thing. And Pedro can see that in the orders of the CME features. He can see big orders coming in and know that there's an institution hedging against something, and that keeps the price down. That selling on the futures market keeps the spot price from going up a lot. That's why I brought that up earlier. And so the super cycle is different this time. And anyone who says that they know exactly what's going to happen and just says, look, shows the old chart and says, this is what happened, this is going to happen again, is delusional. Because there's a whole set of factors going on here. Now, Pedro, as you say, the market's going to do what it's going to do. The charts can point out where the liquidity is. There's things that are the same in this super cycle that there always have been. Maybe the institutional money in is part of the super cycle that's bringing all that additional capital to move us from a $2 trillion Bitcoin market cap to a $6 trillion market cap, or a $10 trillion market cap. But that's a lot of money. Like you said, there's 52 trillion in the stock market, and a lot of money. You guys know how much money goes into the stock market every 2 weeks? Every 2 weeks, every American gets paid, and they put A lot of people put their retirement money right into
3 to 10% of what they make.
Yep. That's a lot. That's a lot. And so in order to get people to start changing that, I mean, people would have to change that and say, I want some, going into iShares, or less money in their retirement and more money in their pocket that they'll manually put into Bitcoin, which is not going to happen.
I think we're going to see every major, I don't mean to interrupt you, forgive me, but I also want to jump in. I think we're going to see every major institution definitely start to hold Bitcoin in people's portfolios, one through the ETFs, but the other behind that, as well as literally through any type of portfolio. You're going to see everybody. I think a bond portfolio will hold Bitcoin. I think it very much because of the idea of the inflationary aspect or the deflationary aspect behind it, right? And I know this sounds crazy, but I mean like 1 or 2% of it, whereas you can get the capital growth behind it, right? And so I think as we move forward, I think and this sounds crazy. I just want you to understand this. I know this sounds crazy. I'm looking at a predictive movement that we'll see in the market here soon, right? And that idea behind it is an adoption that we'll see. Because when I put it like this, when we see almost states throughout all America go through and looking to get a Bitcoin reserve.
Yeah, Arkansas.
Yes.
Who thought Arkansas would do it?
Right. This is what I'm saying is, if they're going to be looking for money, okay, most states buy treasuries. They don't buy stock. They don't buy, they buy gold. They buy hard assets to back, right, their funds, and they buy bonds, i.e. treasury bonds, buy treasuries to receive an income. And they're looking to buy Bitcoin as a Bitcoin reserve. This is crazy. So this is why I say that you'll see every bond portfolio, which the bond portfolios are one of the biggest portfolio management entities in all the world. Like in every world you have, and they're looking basically to stay ahead.
Huge money.
Yeah, I mean, I can literally show you the future.
Let's not.
Oh,
let's not go into that yet.
Yeah. I also hear people saying crypto is a zero-sum game. I don't agree. Agreed. I agree with that.
I'd like to hold on, Pedro. I got some time constraints here that I want to try to follow for the show here.
Yeah.
No, but as far as I can't even remember what you're talking about there.
Bond portfolios and how we could most likely see Bitcoin being established as portions of that.
Right.
And the adoption as we start to move forward, and how big that really is.
Crypto Credible, we'll get to your topic about the zero-sum game here.
By the way,
shortly.
Glad to have you, brother.
The answer to the question is yes and no. so I'll explain it. I'll explain it when we come back from this commercial break here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to feed the great advertising machine, so we'll be right back.
While they're doing that, sorry to interrupt. Hey guys, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. If you will do that, please, that helps us out so much. And also, as we're about to go to commercial, please stay, please, because it helps us. We're a small show here. You guys over on Rumble, you guys over at YouTube, and as well as X. Please stay. Come back.
2 minutes of your life watching ads. Just let the ads run. If you skip it, you'll just see our placeholder. So let them run. And if you don't get any ads, well, you're a lucky one. Pigs are hot. All right, everybody. Thanks for putting up with us. You got a commercial. Thank you for watching it. Allowing us to earn an extra 3 cents.
But it helps the algorithm, which is more important.
It does help the algorithm. Everything helps the algorithm, especially when you guys super chat us or rant us over on Rumble. So, not that we're begging for it, but I just might mention that type of stuff. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that we wanted to the segments of the show here, we like to have a real talk show here, not just Moon Boys talk, is talking about where we're going to be this time next year. Let me see if I can get the right screen here. But also our New Year's resolutions. Crypto Postman, welcome to the show. Appreciate it.
What's up, Crypto Postman? It's good to see you again.
Let's see if we can bring up the... Let's see, which one shall it be? Let's see, not that one.
And why you're
this one?
You're pulling up right now. Okay.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Striking's resolutions. Striking's resolutions here. The resolutions I have this year for it was supposed to not bring out the number one. I was supposed to have some suspense here, but anyway, my resolutions for crypto trading this year, and this is a lot of this stuff that we talk about is obvious things that many of you know. But Pedro and I are trying to create little clips of things to help the new users. The market is expanding greatly for crypto right now with all the news, getting soccer moms asking us about Bitcoin at the grocery store and stuff like that. So we're trying to put out some more educational content. Striking's resolutions for 2025. What am I not going to do, Pedro? I am not going to FOMO. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, just say no to FOMO. No matter how many of us say, I don't FOMO. I don't chase candles. I don't do that. Eventually, you're in the comments on my show saying, oh man, I lost that trade. Why? It was just going up. I thought it was going to keep going up, so I bought it on a big green candle. 2 seconds later, it's down 50%. Just say no to FOMO. Stay true to your rules and your risk. If you're new in crypto, don't just trade because someone said do this, do that, because you'll lose all your money. You need to practice trading, and you need to then set up some rules and say, how much can I lose on each trade and still be happy? What's your risk? And when you start with a very small number. You say, I can lose $25. And then if you do lose it, you're not upset. You're like, all right, that didn't go as planned. And then you evaluate why you lost. And that's how you do that for the next 20 years, and you'll be a good trader like Pedro. No, I'm just kidding. On certain things, you can learn pretty quickly. But anyway, just say no to FOMO. Number 2, if you do get in a good project, leave a moon bag. This has been something that I have not done, and I keep screwing it up. Leave a moon bag, ladies and gentlemen. If you happen to get a nice 5xer, 10xer, even just a 2xer, and you think this is done, and your risk management has said, I'm going to double my money, and then I'm out of this project. Take 90% of it. Take 80%. And leave a little bit in there, because you never know. I mean, how many of these projects? Brett is a good one that I did not leave a moon bag in. I bought and sold that thing in its first 4 days. Didn't leave a moon bag. It goes to $1 billion. Paid the price of that, and Pedro always tells me what? Tom, leave a moon bag. Your mic's off, Pedro. But you're nodding. Leave a moon bag. You might lose that last 10% as the crypto project goes to zero, but 1 or 2 of them now and then will go to $1 billion, and you'd be like, and you'll look at your wallet, and all of a sudden you'll have an extra $10,000 in it. You'll be like, hey, where did that happen? Where'd that come from?
Mm-hmm. I have a friend of mine who got into Shiba Inu the first 2 hours on launch.
Ooh.
Literally. And he got a 2x and then took everything out. If he would have left 10%, just 10%, right? Or even 5%, he would have had something like $8 million.
That should be at 100%.
$8 million. Yeah. That's crazy. That's not a bad little chunk of change there. You can
Nope.
put your kids maybe through college with that.
Maybe. Right. A couple of years. All right. The third striking's resolution, number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Write your trades down.
Yes.
Write your trades down. Surprised you with that one, Pedro. Write your trades down.
So proud of that.
How many of us just moonboy it back and forth on your phone? Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Then you switch over to your desktop. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And what are you left with that? Even if you're in the plus, even if you've made money, and you're like, well, I made money, so all is good. If you just do that, like everything else in our life, you have not accumulated any history or data. If you write your trades down, just a simple spreadsheet, line by line, have a couple of columns, then you can go back and create some data. You can say, how many of these trades did I win? You know, how many of them did I get stopped out on? How many of them X, Y, and Z? And you can put together data, and that gives you a goal to improve. It's simple. And of course, everybody knows this. How many of us do this? Pedro,
I do it a lot.
Your trading friends do it because they've been schooled in that method. I have not. I came into crypto and I say, oh, well, my exchange records everything. I just download it. Well, if you download it every day or every time you trade, and then you put it in your spreadsheet and it recalculates your win rate and your lose rate and that type of stuff, then that's fine. But otherwise, guys, the comments here are starting to get funny. In other words, write your trades down because data is good for analytics, and crypto is all about analytics. Like everything in the stock market, the richest guys in the stock market are not the guys that built the stock market, and they're not the guys that put the machines in and put together the electronics. But the richest guys in the financial markets are the best guys that can analyze the market and figure out where it's going, so they can bet accordingly. So write your trades down. Learn how to do that. Make a spreadsheet. There's a zillion online. Say stock trading, crypto trading spreadsheet. Keep track. Find one. Don't make it complicated. Keep it simple. Now this one, next one coming up, flummoxed me for a little bit, and Pedro beat it into my head about this. It is no trading against the trend. Don't trade against the trend. And I'll give you a good example because this bit me in the ass a number of times a while ago, and I don't do it anymore. And it's helped me out a lot. You look at a chart, you look at the daily chart, and the daily chart is going down. It's going down. You're like, okay, that's one indicator. All the moving averages are above your price. You're like, all right, it's got to go. It's going on its way down. Oh, they're all pointing down. You go to the 8-hour chart. Same thing. Price is below all the indicators, moving averages. They're going down. You're like, yeah, this strong 4-hour, same thing. You're like, man, I see a trend here. I'm going to make all sorts of money. Go to the 1-hour chart, still going down. Go to the half-hour chart, still going down. 15 minutes, still going down. 5-minute, you're like, it's getting a little messy here. And then the 1-minute chart is just starting to go up. And you're like, well, all the charts, daily, 8-hour, 4-hour, they're all going down. 1 hour, it's going down. See, it's going down the past 5 hours. Going down. And that 1-minute chart, will bite your ass every time because it'll show it going up and you'll ignore it. You will ignore that thing like your fat, ugly cousin. And guess what happens? That was the bottom of the market and you went short. And that's when the market turned, right when all the charts said it was going down, but that 1-minute chart said going up. You didn't listen to it. Don't trade against the trend. Just wait a few minutes. The 1-minute chart is 1 minute. Literally, it'll just, if the market is actually going to go up, it'll tell you. But just wait. Say, oh, it says it's going up, but everything says it's going down. How do I check this, Pedro? You just wait. There's never any harm in waiting. If you don't wait, you violate rule 1, which is FOMO. Don't FOMO. Wait, let the chart settle in. If the 1 minute or whatever your lowest chart is that you're looking at, if that settles back in and starts following the higher ones, then you've got a real trend that you can trade. But until it does that, hold on to your trade. Unless you have, 10 other indicators that you rely on that have proven out. But as a general new investor in crypto, when you look at the 1-minute chart versus the 1 hour or the 1 day, you got to make sure they're all going your way. And if you don't, you're going to get burned. And I know that because I have.
And Tom is just not saying this stuff. Tom has experienced it. And Tom has
Yes.
not just experienced it, but he's learned. Tom, what is your trading account at right now?
Well, it's drained out now because Christmas bills came due. But I recently, using our BitFi here, I recently turned $200 into $1,225. Doing these basic things. And a couple other ones that Pedro and I have, Pedro's been teaching me over time. But let's get to the last one. The last one is number 5. When you're trading, use stop orders. Use stop orders. Preserve capital to fight another day. There are so many times, especially in the in these consolidating markets here, when they're just going up and down, back and forth. You can lose all your money without the market doing anything. Literally, you can lose your money because the market's not doing anything. The market's not doing anything. And your exchange that you're on, or not even your exchange, a couple of the big market makers just say, hey, we need some action here. And all of a sudden, there's a flash movement of price. And you look at the charts, and it happens once every day. At least once a day, sometimes more. All of a sudden, you see this big wick. You're like, what the hell happened there? And then all of a sudden, the wick is gone. Or it's eaten up. And you see it, or you see it happening, and you panic sell. Or the other thing happens, the market makers get together and say, we're going to move the market here. It's been consolidating for 2 or 3 days. It's giving you a safe sense of security. Oh, I don't need a stop order. If it goes up, it's going to come back down. And then it just goes against your trade, and all of a sudden you're down 100%. Doesn't matter. Every trade, you have to determine, do I mind losing this money that I'm going to risk? And that is, if you say, I'm going to bet $100 on this, you have to say, am I going to be okay if I lose this? And that's your risk. That's what you have to determine, what your risk is. And so you have to use a stop order at that point where you lose that money and you're good with it. It will save your ass every time. And you will lose trades. It'll happen. They'll wick you out. You'll curse at your exchange for doing that. But there'll be times it saved your butt. So always use stop orders. Striking's resolutions, no FOMO, leave a moon bag, write trades down, no trading against the trend, and use stop orders, ladies and gentlemen. So that's that for that. And while that was going on, AI Alpha Wolf does his thing and does the $1.99 donation. I wish I had my the sound effects machine going, but my computer can't handle all of that going on right now. Alpha Wolf, thank you very much. We really appreciate that. As Pedro and I always say, every dollar goes to help the show here and get us to get you better information and more fun and all that. But it also does a bigger thing. It tells the YouTube and Rumble algorithm that this is something important going on here, that viewers like it. And there we go, that's gone. And it boosts us in the algorithms. So thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that has participated in the giving your hard-earned money from your pocket to our pocket. It makes a big difference to us. Really, it does. And I appreciate that. So happy New Year to you, Alpha Wolf. I've missed a lot of comments while I was talking about that, Pedro.
Yes,
Let's go back and hit some real cash.
So what's a stop loss? Just kidding. I thought that was funny. That was.
I don't need help losing money. It says next level cash. I'm good at it all on my own. I'm good at it. Yes, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I was very good at it for a long time. And I'm not as good at it anymore because I listen to Pedro. I listen to people's devices, but I still make my own decisions. That's what you do. Or advice. I got you there. Buy the fear, sell the greed. Warren Buffett. Yeah, absolutely. That's an easy one. Carmen Crypto in the house. Good morning, Chumbalones. Carmen, I've been leaving you messages. You have not been checking your Telegram. It usually means she's out of range. Yes, that's what I figured. Carmen is out. I was trying to get her to be on this. We're going to have a space lounge tonight.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
Let's see who else we got here. Crypto Credible says 1000% treat your trading like a business. You learn from your mistakes and it helps you analyze your performance. And Jeff Ledger says Tom's number 4 should be learn about Podchain. I'm going to learn about Podchain. I'm going to invite those guys over to be on the show and talk about that. Here, Extreme Car Care in the house, all the way from Manchester, UK. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Crypto Credible, yes. Don't swim against the river's current for trading against the trend. Let's see. Crypto Credible. Always stop losses. Arcade says buy red, sell green. And of course, use the stag token bridge to move your stuff around. Alpha Wolf says, I want to hear the Sol BAE chart today. I think we've gone over that in the past, Pedro. You probably have it. Next Level Cash says, I need a pot chain expert to talk to. I am not that guy. Neither is Pedro. But I'm going to try and have the pot chain guys on here. I can't remember which one of you guys sent me the contact information for the pot chain devs to have them come on up.
Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Did you go quiet on me?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yep. I think one of the things also is understanding the difference between short-term and long-term, right? A short-term trend versus a long-term trend, right? When we're seeing it go up on the daily, understanding that pullbacks are always necessary. And so a lot of times when we sit there and we see the market pushing in a direction, but is it pulling back to continue the long-term trend? I.e., right, this bull run.
Walter, can you send me TG?
I mean, we talked about this.
The Sol BAE contract.
Right? This whole entire area right here that we talked about in early March, right? As we were moving, I said, guys, until November, we don't know what's going to happen, right? And so it's all playing. So it was consolidating, waiting. And I said, and I remember every time it got up to highs, I said, we don't know. We can't, you don't know. So understanding the environment of that trade is really important. If you don't understand the environment of the trade, then you'll lose. So 90% of this is execution, meaning you can win a trade, right? Even if you're wrong, if your execution is correct. So that's the other thing I think to pay attention to, right? Like there have been times where Tom was, short the market, but his execution, he shouldn't have been long the market, but his execution was smart and how he put it in. So create a type of execution for your trading where you can, if we're moving up, okay, we're moving up here, and we can even take today because today was really a unique day. You need a short-term and a long-term trend and a mid-term trend chart. My long-term trend on a daily, right? If we're talking dailies, I look at the daily chart. And if I have resistance levels that I'm going to fight against, then those are going to act as resistance. But if I go to the short-term time frame and mid-term time frame, you can sit there and say, mid-term time frame, we were moving up, but up here is where we had the daily SMA. So that acted as a way for us to get short as it hit that resistance. So that's an important thing to pay attention to. Really important thing to pay attention to. By the way, I want to shout out and thank you to Brandon Commando BC over
Brandon
there.
Commando in the house.
Yeah, man, over at Rumble. Thank you for giving a rant. Really appreciate that so much, man. Thank you so much. Every one of you guys. It's, Dr. Fire Chicken does it all the time. You really appreciate that. Financial freedom. Thanks for sharing information. Most stuff, man. This is what we're about. It's what we're passionate about. So those small details are important. So over here, as we're going up, I always, one of the things I always say is as we're moving up, it potentially could be pushing around and coming back down. So always be paying attention to where is it pulling back to, so that you can take advantage of the pullbacks. Right? Pull back.
Financial literacy equals financial freedom. Thanks for sharing the information. You're welcome, Brandon Commando.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay. So let's go ahead now. What else are your
well, I wanted to address the comment. No, I can't remember which one of you guys it was. It was about it's crypto credible. I always hear people saying crypto is a zero-sum game. I don't agree. Money is flowing into the total crypto market, and only a small percentage of people and institutions hold crypto currently. Am I wrong? You're wrong, and you're correct. Here's how it breaks down, the simple way to think about it. Tokens are a zero-sum game. It's just a simple liquidity pool. If I put money in and you take it out, there's no wealth creation. There's no money creation. There's no nothing. It's a simple, there's just one big pot. We all put it in, and whoever's left at the end gets the last dollar out. That is the essence of a zero-sum game. Coins, especially proof of work coins, are not a zero-sum game because an industry develops behind it, and not in a whole ecosystem. And once you have, there can be economics courses written on this forever, on where this line lies before when something's a zero-sum game versus not a zero-sum game. But in coins, in Bitcoin, a good example is now there's still, you go on LinkedIn, you go on these professional things, and there's still people that say it's a scam, it's a Ponzi scheme, there's no value to it at all this type of stuff. And there can't be, I don't even know the right word, they're just fucking wrong. And the reason is because with Bitcoin, there's a whole industry behind it. There are public companies that are mining companies. There are corporate entities like MicroStrategy and other companies that focus on Bitcoin, and they're bringing outside money into Bitcoin, and they're borrowing money to do that. And when you borrow money, there is money creation, and you can borrow all the money you want from the bank. Eventually, they run out, and they have to go to the U.S. government, and the U.S. government gives them more money to do that. The economy expands that way. Obviously, there's problems with that when they do it incorrectly, but that's not a zero-sum game. That's more money going into it. And so when people say crypto is a zero-sum game, you have to say, well, there's 2 points to it. There's just token trading, which is a zero-sum game. That's just like, it's basically like going to a casino and playing what's the one Clark plays on Vegas Vacation? War. He just, just yes or no. 50% chance, yes or no, yes or no. But with Bitcoin, the billions and billions and billions of dollars and the jobs and all that kind of stuff, Bitcoin is paying mortgages now. Bitcoin's putting kids through private schools, universities, all that type of stuff. Is buying cars, and I don't mean wealth from the rising price of Bitcoin. I mean because people are just earning salaries working as a receptionist at Hive, which just said we're out of Canada and moving to the U.S. And all those types of jobs. There's an economy behind it. That is not a zero-sum game. So that's the best way to think about that. Let's see. Let's see what 28. Crypto Credible says exactly. That's all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. No one's as smart as the person that agrees with you. That's what our co-host, the co-host of Crypto Swamp Creatures. If you guys haven't seen the Crypto Swamp Creatures, because you're watching this show right now in your YouTube shorts, you will see these two guys in ties. They're called the Crypto Swamp Creatures. They are a podcast that's on our network right here. And they're two Washington, D.C. think tank guys, Christopher Alexander and Justin Wallin, who talk about the nexus of crypto and Washington, D.C. politics type stuff. And both of them appear on CNN and Fox and News Nation and all that type of stuff as talking heads all the time. And they're a good group of guys. Their podcasts are short. They're between 10 and 20 minutes, each on a different topic. Usually pretty funny too. They have some good quips in there and good points of view on things. And I might add, if you guys didn't pay attention during the election cycle or are new people, the DYOR Media Network was actually the first network to call the election and the reason why. And Justin, right on the DYOR Media Network, said that Mr. Trump was going to win. And it's hard. He's a pollster. Statistics are difficult, and it's hard to ferret out things. But he ferreted out that Mr. Trump was winning and converting Hispanics and Latinos over to the Republican Party to vote for Donald Trump. And no other network was doing that. They were just saying, like CNN and MSNBC were like, well, Hispanics, they all vote for Democrats, so that's not a problem. And right here on our network, they called it.
The thing is, we talked about this. We talked about how
we did.
The Hispanic culture is very masculine, dominant. When it looks at the LGBTQ plus community, it is not celebrated in Mexico or in South America. It is looked down as a shame. Absolutely, in many places in South America, like they are very much, and even in like second generation, first and second generation families in the Hispanic culture, that is not looked as something that you can celebrate. It's only in
You're still sending them off to be priests.
yeah.
Sorry,
I mean,
Mario. Off to
Yeah.
be the priest.
Yeah, so it's this idea. So me and you talked about this. How I can't see that culture embracing that the first or second gen, maybe third and fourth generation, right? Where you have, they're definitely Mexican Americans. Like I'm second
Right.
generation. Go ahead.
I think we can move it past that one issue and just say they're just not as woke as they all thought they were going to be, as the Democratic Party and those. And so Justin called it. I mean, he said, I ferreted this out. He called it right here on this network. And are we the smallest network in the election cycle? By far. But we're the only one that got it right. Only one that got it right. So for those of you, you see those shorts in your feed for them. Like them and share them. Drop a comment. Getting those things out really helps us a lot. So there's a couple new ones out in the rotation right now regarding Ken Doge. The Elon and Ramaswamy really changed the government. I don't believe they can unless they just say we have to axe that entire department and start over. I don't think you can't. The U.S. government, you can't go in and just go, oh, we can tweak things or have better work processes. And they tell you why. They tell you why on that. So you should go watch it. And we'll probably have another episode of the Crypto Swamp Creatures tomorrow go out too. So pay attention to those. That Crypto Swamp Creature stuff's important to us.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hold on. Oh, yes. Go ahead, Pedro. Do it.
Thank you so much to Crypto Credible, one of our new viewers. Thank you so much for dropping a nice rant. No, it's not a rant. It's a
He was on YouTube. Super chat.
Yeah, super chat. I want to say thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate that. Again, it feeds the algorithm, pushes our content out there even more, and allows us to really capture new people. And if things keep happening, we keep growing, we're able to make a bigger and better change in the world for crypto. So thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Welcome, Rumblers, to the house. Got a good crew over there again.
Yeah, we do.
Pedro, our show, New Year's Eve show, got a lot of views after the show.
I noticed, dude. I was like, what?
I saw. The Rumble's been very good to us on the replays. They've been good. I actually filed you know what? That's a good point. Let's see if we're in the crypto section. I filed a help ticket with them. Say, why do sometimes we not appear on the crypto stream? And we're not, once again, not. Oh yeah, there we are. We're the second one today.
There we are.
We need 3 more viewers over on
Rumble to get
on Rumble to be the top one there.
Yeah. If we can keep getting number 1 there, sooner or later, it will. It's gonna happen.
Sooner or later, they'll come crawling to us and be like, "You guys are the bomb, man. We want to give you $1 million. We're giving you the Joe Rogan special."
That would be awesome, dude. I mean, I laugh, but I mean, you never know, dude. Like they'd be like, "Well, it's a small." Category, but these guys keep getting the top ranking here, so that's a good thing. So why not, They're like, so how many do they watch? How many people watch over there typically? About 400 or 500. Wait, you mean during the show? No. And they're the largest. They're the largest. It's the largest crypto show on Rumble. So. I just think it's awesome. I think it's funny. I think it's great. Absolutely great as a live show. And we appreciate every one of you guys. All 9 of you that are watching right now as we speak, thank you. We really do. As we keep growing and keep maturing with our audience, every one of you guys we appreciate. So down from Fire Chicken to BC, Brandon Commando to I forget that. Sibley, and then we have there's a lot of them. I mean, but we appreciate every one of you guys immensely. Thank you.
Pedro, I sent you Alpha Wolf's Sol BAE.
Yes. We'll check it out.
Walter brought in a bunch of new viewers for us today. Might as well hit him up with his chart.
Absolutely. Let's hit this baby.
Crypto Postman says paw chain to at least 1 billion by 2025. That would be nice. Jeff says that would be sweet.
Sweet.
I am not an investor in Paw Chain, but apparently all you guys are telling me I should be. So maybe Pedro and I will work on that.
Yes, 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 yes.
Walter, is Sol BAE on CoinGecko?
Actually, pull this back here real quick, and we're gonna do this here. I want to talk about this. I thought this was a dope story right here with the CEO of X with X money coming in. We'll have to talk about that because I think that's a dope story.
Where is that thing?
I'm definitely looking to buy a lot of that coin. Like just straight up, like that's going to be one of my primary holds as well. Bitcoin dollar, not Bitcoin dollar. The X dollar. They're going to be creating a coin. All right. Nice, nice. See demand wicks here on your daily. Boom.
All right, it is not on CoinGecko, so I'll have to use the. I asked because I draw my API draws from CoinGecko for market cap and all that stuff.
Yeah. Nice little pullback to this area right here, almost perfect. Can't complain off of that. What is their market cap?
180,000.
180.
Liquidity
51. Not bad.
Yeah.
For a small cap here, looking pretty nice, man. This is looking sexy, bro.
Looking sexy, bro.
Sexy AE. Sexy as ever.
Ever.
It's bringing sexy back. Crypto don't know how to act.
Oh, yeah, doing the Trump dance.
All right, so check it out. All right. Bay, is this that porno one?
No, that was Lily's.
Okay. Yeah. I just see Sal Bay. Hey.
Crypto Mike, what up? And what up, Crypto Mike, coming on to us all the way from Manitoba, Canada. Too bad your Canuckastanis lost to us Americans the other day in a brutal match from the Canadians' point of view. Had a couple of hotheads on the ice and getting all kinds of penalties. Big mistakes for young people to do. Cost the team the win there. A couple of power play goals.
That's looking good.
Sorry you're late, Mike. You're fired. We're just going to ban you.
Boom. And we can have some intraday.
Next Level Cash says loves the energy. This is a slow day here. We're not even.
Yeah.
It's
real slow.
Slow on the viewers. The comments are actually pretty slow, although we're very happy a bunch of new viewers came. We appreciate that.
Much love to all you new ones.
I guess it's good the new viewers come on a slow day because then we can interact them.
Yeah.
As we always say, when we're rich and famous, we'll just ignore all of you guys. So.
Absolutely not. Actually, that is, we're going to sit there and it's going to drive people's nuts, but I'm going to be like, we got to put it on slow mo because I want to know who the new people are, talk with you guys, connect with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one a minute or maybe one every 30 seconds so that we could make sure we're always able to connect with people, see the new people and see how they're doing. I just think it's so important to connect with our people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what drives the algorithm.
But plus,
and it really drives our interaction, our conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, you see these crypto shows out there. They got 20,000 views of their video, 50,000 views, all that type of stuff. But it wasn't live. The show was recorded. And then they promoted it, and paid had advertising to boost it up in the algorithm, all kind of stuff. None of that stuff you can do with live shows. YouTube doesn't allow you to promote or boost or anything live shows. Why, I don't know. It would be a source of great revenue for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And the interaction with the people, right? If we could do that, man. Oh, dude, that'd be so dope.
It's probably because they're overly concerned with copyright. Like, oh my gosh, they could promote something, and then we're seen as promoting. If they run a Coldplay song, we'll get sued.
Actually, that's
whatever.
A good point. It's actually a good point.
I know, but the other platforms let you do it, so whatever. Crypto Credible, BA, a new AI agent teaching crypto 101 basics for newbies, and she does live voice conversations on X Spaces. Oh yes, I remember. You guys.
Oh man, I gotta follow this chick then. Yo, this is about to get down and dirty. We about to be, what's up? Dude, I look forward to the days when they actually go through and create my whatever terms that I say into shirts. That's what I'm talking
Don't forget,
about.
launch soon on a blockchain near you. CTO of CTOs is bringing communities together to build by the people for the people. Alpha Wolf in the comment section here. If you guys don't know him, get to know him. He's putting together, as we all know, a community takeover is when the dev launches a project and takes the money and run. And for a long time, many people thought, hey, the project is over, and left. But as it turns out, the dev taking all the money and running is not necessarily a bad thing, because he cashes out his chips, the price is low, the community's still there, and there's almost, that removes the risk. The risk has been removed because the guy took your money and ran. And now you start out with a low price, but no huge dev wallet, which is the curse of many of these projects. And so what Walter's doing is, AI Wolf's doing, is putting together a bunch of these community takeover groups into one group under one umbrella to have a much larger community, and have a community token based on it.
So I like Bay. Bay's looking sexy, man. I gotta admit, it's popping like it's hot. It's nice. It keeps pulling back to demand areas. Like we saw the explosion. Our demand area pushed up, came back down. Good little pop. Boom. Established orders. Boom. Consolidated, pushed up. Came down to a good little demand area right here. And then it's following the 8-period moving average. This is looking good, man. I like it. Bay's doing good. You're not seeing a huge explosion. Is it off of, yeah, it's on radio. So you guys definitely looking good. Bay's good, man. I like it. I would say, I think it's going to continue up here. I don't think it's going to pull back here. So just the way, because you saw this huge sell off and now it's definitely defending against that, right? It's almost, the day is almost over trading wise. So if this thing ends green, and if we can get above this supply, because right now it's finding resistance right here, right? But that resistant area, excuse me, I didn't mean to cough in your guys' ear, forgive me. But this area right here is a kind of a weak area. So I mean, I'm looking at it going like, I should be able to blow right through this resistance level, and kind of push right through. In all honesty, here, there's not much here sitting here that's going to kind of stop it. I mean, it's a good little area here, so a good little pullback already. It pulled back from from 180, and it went down to about 100,000. Nice little pullback. Found support at the resistance here. You can see, boom. That's definitely bullish. It's definitely bullish. You're seeing a lot of defensive and sellers, right? Boom, pull back, bounce, pull back, bounce, come back again on a higher time frame, right? Pull back, bounce. It's nice, sexy. Can't complain. I would say if anything, wait for it to push up, then come back and buy at this resistance. Right here, between here and here, that's like 100,000, 180,000. It potentially could pull back here, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to pull back to these lower levels, because you just, you have a good amount of volume here on your inter time frame here as it was pushing up. So you can see a lot of buyers. Boom, boom, boom. It very much
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it very much could get going again. That's real interesting. I mean, and how big is the community? How big's the Alpha? How big's the community, bud? How many holders do they have?
Good question on that. I do not know the answer to that.
I'll watch this, baby.
Walter sent me the link to their TG, and I clicked it, and I realized I had not even joined it. 1,000 plus. That's good. Hopefully, you have some nice active guys.
You'd have 1,000 plus holders, dude. It's like that perfect mark where it's like, okay, it's 100,000. You got good stuff going on. It's a decent play. It looks sexy. I mean, literally, like I can see Shogun seeing this and going, good community, good stuff going on. Memetics are good.
Oops. Wrong button.
It's hot. By the way, shout out to the term memetics was coined by Shogun, Shogun's group. I always try to give respect and dabs to what you're doing.
Is that like meme-etics?
Memetics.
Memetics?
Yeah. I always call it memetics. And then like they were like, no, bro, it's and it was like hard for me to say it. You know, sometimes my
memetics,
yeah, I was a memetics and memetics, and they're like, no, memetics, and I was like, okay, I get it. Shout out, Brandon BC over here, over on Rumble.
Wait, hold on. Before you get onto that comment here, I was triaging Mike's comment. Hey guys, I usually don't shill my own stuff, and I bring this up for a reason. Mike's a good guy here, long time contributor to the show. Just released my first two NFT collections. Mike's been doing some AI art for a long time, and Mike is doing things to raise money for veterans in Canada, really anywhere in the world, but to help raise money to donate to veterans causes in Canada. Canada does an exceptionally poor job of caring for their veterans, unlike in the U.S. where we turned the corner 50 years ago and throw money at their veterans, not just for medical, but for mental health issues and all types of stuff. And Mike is starting an NFT collection. He's tried tokens, he's tried other things, he's tried all types of stuff, and so he's given NFTs a shot here. Give him a shot. Find his link.
Mike's a good guy.
Don't be apologetic for that. It's for a good cause, Mike, and thanks for letting everyone know about it.
Yeah, much love, man. Don't worry.
Crypto Alpha Wolf Crypto Mike can post links. he's got the power to post the link because he asked me if he could do that, and I said yes for that veteran cause. But anyway, most of the time we would rather you post it in our Telegram room so we can have our moderator Vincent from a very, very small town that has just a big gasoline refinery that employs everybody in the Delta of Nigeria. And Pedro, I promised Vincent we would have him on the show at some point in the next couple of weeks or something like that to just give him a shout out and thanks for helping moderate our room. His English isn't the best right yet. I told him to get one of those AI apps, teach him his better English. But we'll have him on so you get to see Vincent from his little hole in the wall place in the Delta of Nigeria.
Nice.
What was the other thing? Brandon Commando says, I've been in crypto since 2018, been trading on Binance and Coinbase. Want to start day trading. Should I stick with what I'm used to or get a different exchange broker and trade with TradingView or something? Well, there's I am not an experienced day trader. Pedro is. But I'll give you one bit of advice here not a bit of advice, the thing you need to think about is what type of money are you starting with? I mean, are you starting with, $1 million? 50 grand or $100? It kind of makes a difference because some of the other trading platforms are expensive.
Start with 200, man. Listen, if you're not experienced at day trading, start with $200 to $300, and you're going to risk literally $1 or $2 at a time. Okay. And the key is we're going to work through what you need to do. Okay. I don't know if you have a game plan, if you even remotely have a trading plan, if you've traded on a daily basis, do you have set rules on a daily basis, BC? It's really important because these small little nuances can really throw off. So if you go in with 50,000, but you don't know what you're doing, that 50,000 is good as zero.
It's going to go away fast.
And the problem is if you do get in and you're able to move a market, when you get to a bigger market, you don't know how to trade. So then all of a sudden you come against real traders and let's say you're trying to top off like Michael Saylor does. Okay. And the institutions go, ooh, free liquidity. Ding, 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 ding. Right. And they sell to your buy and they overwhelm your buying with sellers. The market drops and you get trash. Whereas if you understand how the fundamental, the technical fundamentals for TA, then you can sit there and go, no, I'm not going to be buying and topping off at the top of a market, right? I'm looking to potentially wait for pullbacks and or the execution of your trade gets worked out with small trades first. Then you can go in and when you understand your technical parts of how to get in, get out, then you can start to play with higher stuff. Never go in like the first time you send, crypto. You tell everybody start with $5. Our portfolio is almost at 15,000 now. Okay, dope. I love it. Key point. Is that long-term money? Is that short-term trading money? Do you have a trading plan that you use and follow religiously as if it's like glory from heaven come down in golden tablets? Okay? Like, that's how important your trading plan is, because if you're basing it off emotion, and this other part you forgot to write, when you write down your trading plan, I was going to say this, you need to put the reason why you got into the trade. It is paramount that you do that.
Good point.
Always write down in the notes section the reason why you got into that trade. That is as important as you getting into the trade. The why is most important next to the tactical side behind it. What was that? Already pulled what I started with. Okay, dope. I absolutely love that. Key point is this, is if we're going to do it, I would say we have a brokerage that we'd want you to start off with, because you get a discount with this on your trades. So when you get in and get out of a trade, you don't have to pay the normal fee that not institution, brokerage would charge. You get a discount with this. What is it, like 20%? What's the discount? I forget what it is. Tom?
It's more than that. It's like 60% or something.
Okay.
50%.
50-60%.
Like that.
So you get a good discount with us, so that you're not getting jacked over on the trades. And then you do need to account when you make money that you're getting a discounted rate on that, right? So that's the other part behind it. So that when you get out of the discounted period, then you can actually start making money. So it's really important to understand that. I would say go through. Message was removed. Yeah, smart. Smart. Yeah,
Brandon, I deleted the message saying how much money you had. That doesn't need to be in the archives.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need that. You don't need that attention. So, but I tell everybody, start with 100, 200. Get the hang of it. The biggest thing you could do is go in, actually hit an extra zero. And if you have 15,000, right, all of a sudden, because you have capital to risk, you all of a sudden hit an extra zero, and you meant to put 100 and you put 1,000, and that's 10% of your portfolio versus just 1% on each trade. And that's my biggest thing, is you want to trade about 1 to 2% of your portfolio on every trade. Okay, don't ever put more than 10%. Like I yelled at Tom the other day. I was like, what are you doing, dude? Why are you putting more than 10%? Because compound interest takes care of itself. So when you're trading, you're always adding a little. And the way I teach you actually how to go through, take a bigger portion of the initial trade. And the way I teach you, you're most likely have more of a good chance that your trading is going to win. Because, ask Tom, or ask the people who've watched us over on YouTube, right? A lot of guys have made a lot of money because I try to make sure that we're going with the trend, and the trend is our friend. And so that's
the trend is our friend. That's what I forgot during the show earlier.
Mm-hmm. Trend is our friend until the bend at the end. So this right here, this is for me on a 4-hour. I'm looking at this going, okay, here's resistance level right here for me. Here's some resistance levels for me that I would have picked, and I moved this. But this right here is another area that I'm looking to short, right? Like this was an area that I actually was talking with a friend of mine this morning. So I'm kind of teaching him, and so we were going over this area, and I said, this area right here, we can see it. So when it went from here down, which on the 5-minute looks like, come on, bud. You can see here, market went down, boom. And then, so our risk was here to here. It was a 2-to-1. I think it was a 3-to-1 ratio here, because when it came in, give me 1 second. We got, our stop got to here. So once it came in and we were looking, once it crossed below that 8 period right here, right, I said, wait for the retest. So it closed below, came through, he got in about right here, boom. And so this was like a 3-to-1 ratio for him as he was playing it, all right? And then once it closed right around here, and I said, bro, you need to get out, right? Granted, it changed, but he got out 70% right here, okay? Which was a 1-to-1 altogether. And then we said, okay, let's chill out and let's move this down to here and wait for if it pulls back, right? So there's just these small little things you can do to keep building up your account. I'll already put what I started with. I love it, man. Thanks. Yeah, we got you, man. We'll start doing a lot more of these things as we start to trade, as we start to move forward into the next year, as Trump gets in office. And he's like, dude, the IRS is backing up. They're no longer, they've talked about, you know what? He's talking about not taxing crypto, and he's got so much power in Washington. I think he's going to be able to pull that off. So
next level cash. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. He's off to go back. I'm guessing, like Chuck, he's off to mine fiat.
Oh, what does he do for a living? I'd love to know.
I don't know what a next level cash does, but there's as you can see, it's the top of the hour, so he's probably was on a break. Got to get back to the work. Stream Car Care. Thanks for still listening in. I appreciate it. Brando Commando. We can sit here all day with advice, but the advice that worked best for me was to take all the gunk in your head that you've learned elsewhere and get rid of it. And start with small pieces of advice from someone like Pedro on doing things, and start small and work your way into it. And clearly there's no single trading system that is right across the market, because
Yes.
people are different. People are different. People analyze data differently, and people make decisions differently. So whatever works perfectly for Pedro is not going to work perfectly for me. Hopefully it'll be very close, because we're of like minds on this stuff. And for someone else, it may not work at all because they analyze things differently, or they have an emotional content they can't get rid of. One of the difficult things in this is very hard to do, is to get rid of your emotions and be like Spock out there. Like, get rid of your emotions. You're stoic. You follow rules. And when the rules are broken, that's when you lose your money. And usually you break rules because you're like, I know it's going to the moon. It's going to the moon. Or you're short and you're like, this project sucks. The dev sucks. Everyone sucks. And then you take a big short position, put a lot of risk on. And that's when they announce their the chairman of Microsoft just invested $10 billion in their company. And then you're broke, because you were short and the price went to the moon. You got liquidated. So everyone makes decisions differently, but the number one rule is start small and start simple, and have a short set of rules that you have to go by, and then you keep adding to that as you get more experience, and you start getting more nuanced on what you look for. And I shouldn't say nuanced; I should say nuanced and complicated things that you look for on which way the market's going to go. And I literally grew up in the futures markets in New York City, in the open outcry pits, starting when I was 17 years old.
Man, I would have loved to be there.
And then did that for all through university, and went to do that in the real world after graduating from university, and didn't like it. Should have stayed in it, but I didn't like it because I didn't have a good job at the time, and I ended up in the manufacturing business, which was also awesome. Like, millions of stories about that. But and getting back into this now is easy for me because a lot of it's the same, but a lot of it, A, I forgot, B, a lot of it's changed because there's more data available now and more concepts available. And so I'm essentially learning from scratch. And it's okay to admit that. It's okay to say I'm new at this. I'm not good at it, but I'm learning. That's what we're doing here, and that's why we call it edutainment. Not a lot of entertaining today, more education today.
Yeah.
But it's been a good show.
I never got to my predictions again.
That was predictable. Dun dun dun.
I was waiting, and then I looked down and was like, dude, it's already 2:00 and we gotta go.
Well, let's we can go through a couple of them real quickly here if you want to.
Right,
let me get my spreadsheet out here. Bullet list.
Bullet list, baby.
Let's see. What do we want to call this? Pedro's predictions.
Predictions. I'll do that. Alrighty, here we go.
Let me get the graphic up here. Pedro's predictions. Let's see. Graphic number 1 here. Should It
suggestion.
should just come up. All right. Pedro's predictions coming right up here. First one. Oh, why does it say FOMO? It should be blank.
I have no idea.
Come on.
I think on
Ooh.
AVAX,
AVAX.
we very much could see a pretty big market. Green block. Did okay. Should have just done that. But I think a 450 AVAX, 450, 400 AVAX is very much doable because of just some of the stuff they have going on, but also the institutions are going to want to put money into everything as it starts to get moving and as things starts to happen. I think as Jamie Dimon becomes more educated and understanding the market, right? Like there are some, once he also understands memetics, he's like, it's the idea of like,
What the hell is going on?
like he said, there are cryptos that don't do anything. There are cryptos that do stuff. The problem with the cryptos that don't do anything is that they actually do, is they have a business called a community. And that community just gets hyped and decides it wants to buy. And yes, it is a Ponzi scheme in a sense, but it's a cultural, like it's almost like I'm trying to think. It's like Beanie Babies, but with an actual fundamental side behind it.
Interesting take on that.
Yeah, it's the only way I can put it. It's a cultural acceptance of a usage of something. It's like, oh, okay, just like with, Pepe, the green frog and now a purple frog, and there's all these things, right? But they get communities and they get these people who buy them and they become fanatical behind it. And everybody gets behind it, and then before you know it, they build a dopamine system relationship between that community. And so people, they hype each other up, and that's what happens, what you see.
Back to predictions. I'm predicting we only have a few minutes left here.
Okay, so you saw that with that. Let's go ahead and go into, have we done ADA or Cardano?
We've only done AVAX.
Okay, no, I mean in the past so far.
You talked Bitcoin, and you talked Doge.
Okay.
Yeah, but use those ones since you've already done them. Don't come up with new ones. Come up with the ones that we've brought up before.
Well, no. I'm going to do new ones because what's the point of me, like...
Because the other people haven't listened to it. We're summarizing what we've talked about before.
No, bro. I'm trying to, go over. I'm trying to get through the top 10, dude.
Well, the top one was Bitcoin. So what was your prediction for Bitcoin?
$250,000, $300,000.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, and then right here for Cardano, ADA, it's pretty. It's good. Wait, what is going on? ADA. Why is this? That's not what?
Number one, AVAX at 450, Bitcoin 250. These are obviously guesstimates, not financial advice, ladies and gentlemen.
Why is ADA looking like this? It's weird. Something's off here. Something got thrown off. Why is this happening? Oh. That's why. That makes sense. Let's go back to here. ADA. I was like, what is going on here? All right. So here we go. ADA.
The excitement is building.
This is going to be crazy, but they very much could pop here.
Oh, he's putting lots of green boxes on there, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be
we could
a
see
2xer here.
We could definitely see it get up to $8. Right now it's sitting at $1. You can see an 8x on ADA.
$8 for Cardano, ladies and gentlemen.
$8 to $9, so in between $8 and $9. Solana, I think I did already. Did I do Solana already?
I haven't heard you talk about Solana, I don't think.
Okay.
Number 1, AVAX, 450. Bitcoin, 250. Cardano, $8. Next, you're talking about Solana. Solana.
You can see a $800, $750 to $800 Solana.
$750 Solana.
Absolutely. So I think that's about it because I think I did already all the other ones.
Yeah, just give us mention your Doge one so we can have them all up on the screen.
All right.
I think you said $2.50 for Doge.
Yeah, I think it was like $2.50. Yeah.
Let's bring that one up. 2.5. Oops. All right, there's all Pedro's end of year predictions up here. Number 5, Doge, however you want to say it, $2.50. Number 4, Solana, $7.50 for Solana. Number 3, Cardano at $8. Bitcoin at $250,000. AVAX at $450. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You got it. You heard it here first. Pedro making the call. See what you guys got to think about it. You guys are kind of quiet about that.
Yeah, they are. They're quiet. They're like, that's crazy.
Strangely enough, Pedro, even though we have all these new viewers today and amazing interaction and super chats and all that type of stuff, very low viewage on YouTube. I think the Rumble cast is going to be a lot larger today than YouTube. Very strange. Very, very strange. Obviously a slow day. A lot of people have taken this whole week off and are not at their normal place to watch. A lot of people are on vacation. Even Carmen Crypto is away from Vegas, and Carmen has an alibi for the Tesla explosion. The Cybertruck.
Really?
I got to tell you, that was epic. That Cybertruck, it had all that stuff explode in the side of it.
Dude.
Or inside the pickup truck bed of it. And it didn't even damage the back of the car. I mean, when it all exploded, because it's made of stainless steel, and stainless steel is very strong, right? And so it just exploded, and the car was like, meh. And obviously, it later burned out. The parts that could burn easily burned out, but the stainless steel parts are just like, nah. You've already heat treated me anyway. It's not going to hurt. And it actually because the guy used a Tesla. If he had used a regular pickup truck or a car, the front of the Trump building probably would have been, the glass would have been blown out. Other people would have been hurt. The guy that was standing nearby would have gotten hurt. But because he was in a Cybertruck made of stainless steel, like the old DeLoreans, no one got hurt except the guy in it himself. And that's just fine that he got hurt. But it was intentional. He was obviously trying to kill himself there. And we didn't address that. We didn't really address that at all in the show. The what went on. 2 different strange attacks. One a horrific attack in New Orleans. We need to go over that. We all know that's the craziness that goes on with that. Also the strange thing going on in Vegas where a guy lights up a Cybertruck with all kinds of stuff, like anything he could find at the home hardware store and at the fireworks store to blow up. And do that type of stuff. And Pedro, actually had a bad feeling about yesterday, in which I told my kids, I said it's time for everyone to be more alert here in the U.S. again, because these types of things make copycats and other types of people want to do things. And I just had one of those times where I spent 27 years in the defense and security world, and my spidey senses kicked up again on that. And they hadn't done that since I was in Belgium when I was visiting the EU headquarters. And I got off the train stop, and I was like, yeah, there's like a weird gray in the sky, you know. It was like Doom, Europe Doom, which is just like all the time, right? But there's a weird pall in the sky, as they say. And I'm like, this is really weird. I'm like, here, I'm looking at the EU buildings in Brussels, and I'm looking at the train stop. I'm like, this is just too good of a spot for a terrorist attack. The next day they blew up the subway stop.
Wow.
Yep.
That spidey sense is strong.
It was strong. It was I used to go to Nairobi in Kenya, and one of my kind of agent / friend down there was said was a common place that everyone meets to go out is in the parking garage at the big mall downtown, because everyone comes from different parts of the city, parks their motorcycles and mopeds, and gets in one person's Land Cruiser and goes out and does stuff in the park, national park or whatever. And I remember being there saying, everyone congregates here. This is in the UN and the World Bank and all the International Monetary Fund are all based in Nairobi. And I was like, this is a good place for a terrorist attack. A month later, and I was going to go back. I was going to go back to Nairobi because I had a free weekend. I was living in Dubai or Abu Dhabi at the time, and I was like, oh, I'll just come down for the weekend. But I couldn't. I was like, oh, I ended up having stuff to do, and they blew up the parking garage in the mall, and then had seized the hostages inside, and they had to have the British special SAS guys run around and shoot them all.
Wow.
And the spidey sense went off again recently with the two events that happened. So everyone, watch out. Be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. Crypto Mike, you're fine out there in the hinterland outside in Manitoba. And my daughter's fine. She works out in the middle of nowhere like that. But my son works at an outdoor Christmas market and New Year's Eve and winter market. Anyway, well, let's finish up with these comments here, Pedro. Let me get the kick tracks running here and talk to the crowd while we do that.
Definitely. We'll go over a couple more on Monday of my predictions, what I expect. I'll have some other stuff there for you guys. We'll definitely have some more fun there. AI, Crypto Mike, what's up? Crypto Postman, what's up, brother? H-bar. Oh, you wanted me to do H-bar.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We'll do it on Monday. Come through again on Monday, guys.
Do it on Monday. Tomorrow, Full Rant Friday, our X Spaces, which we interact with viewers and anyone else that wants to join us by voice. Come on, come all, as Pedro likes to say. Rant your rant. It's a spot that's not recorded, so you can come and complain all you want about really anything in your life, but really come talk about crypto and get to meet fellow viewers and us hosts of the show and all that type of stuff. It's a good time. X Spaces, look out on your social medias for the link for that on X. Thank you to everybody that participated in Rumble today. Thank you to everyone that super chatted us or ranted us. Well, like I said, that it's not a lot of money, but it's the effort and it's the attention the algorithm gives us. Pedro and I appreciate all of it. It's humbling to know that Pedro and I do something in which people voluntarily give us their money. It's not forced to.
Hey, giving you a heads up. Our music is really super loud. Turn it down a little. I just had somebody tell me.
Yes, you're right. I did have it too loud. Sorry about that. We're blowing your ears out there. Crypto Credible says, oh my God, BAE chart is blowing up. Great. Just before we bought it. We didn't buy it.
What's up?
Anyway,
what's happening?
The Sol BAE chart apparently is there's a big high going on.
I told you,
now.
man, it was looking good. There was nothing to get in the way. I said that, I was like, man, this thing, I didn't, like I said, I expected it to go up. There's no way that this thing was going to stop it. And so that makes sense. That makes complete sense, man. Like there was no resistance at all on this. And you had every time it sold off, you saw people buying it. So this area right here, the daily 8 sitting right there, already peaking, it was a no-brainer. Like, dude, you know what we should have done? Every time I see this, and how many times has this happened? I sit there and I'm like, dude, this is gonna send because there's nothing in the way. And it does, like every time. And we need, dude, from this moment on, every time I see something like that, I'm low key gonna hit you in the back and go, buy this now. Like because now we're not foaming we're not FOMOing here. This is set up because literally it meets my rules, like personally rules for me that I have going. Yeah, this thing is hot. Like this is sexy AE, sexy as ever. So it just made sense to sit there and be like, dude, that is dope. That's the first time, like, wow, it doubled almost. It was 180 at beginning of the show, and now it's at 270. That's nice, man. Dang it.
That is nice.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, dude, this thing, I mean, I would be shocked because now it's in price discovery. So let's see what it could potentially be. Let me check it out here real quick. Price discovery. Boom. Give me 1 second, my people.
I've pulled your screen down and out to end the show, but I'll wait for you to figure out what that is. But anyway, as I always say here, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the show. What always happens when something goes green when we're covering it. I mean, a lot of Pedro and I have famously covered a bunch of things with which we've had the dev on, and then as this chart's on the screen, it's selling off.
And like I've been like, that's why personally, we're huge about you doxing yourself, because it's just we're just like, dude, nah, right, man, like it ain't. I ain't gonna play with you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Monday we're gonna have another meme coin on Pedro, who will be on camera and fully doxed, and already is doxed.
Better.
We'll have more information about that coming up tomorrow, so pay attention to socials. But Monday is Meme Coin Monday, oh yeah, remind me, I gotta talk to you about that after the show, Pedro. But anyway, I gotta wind this up here, Pedro.
Okay.
Can it give us a little BAE on Sol price discovery action here?
Totally. So right now we're at that first kind of level that could hit right about that's that 3,000 mark area here, and it literally tapped it, so it's already starting to. But there's so much volume going into this, I could see it doubling, even going higher here, to doubling it, to seeing it get to
Pedro calling it.
Yeah, like that 30, like that 4,000 potentially. You could see it get up to there, like that 38 to 440 area. I like if I'm looking at that, and then like the pullback, buying at the pullback as this thing continues higher. I like it.
All right, everybody. As I always say, thank you very much for joining us on behalf of Pedro, Garcia, and myself. Had a great time hosting another great episode of this show, DYOR Live, here on the DYOR Media Network. We'll be back tomorrow with Full Rant Friday, and Pedro will be back with Meme Coin Monday on Monday.
Whoop, whoop.
So, whoop, whoop, be there.
Bro, that thing sent